Hi everyone, this is Marcia Lafroth with Stamp with Marcia, and I just wanted to show a change in the way I'm storing my new stamps and dies in this new design. I already made a video showing how initially I was opening this up, taping these plastic places to the piece that comes with, and then I would stamp one side, cover it. Anyway, that's a different video, and that's how I was storing them, and I liked it, but I found as I was opening and closing these multiple times, and especially in a case like this where this has really bold images and they really stick, and I ended up tearing my thing. You can see it's taped, and I just decided I'm going to do it differently. And I don't know who I saw this from, but the new way I have it is I still put my dies in the back and my stamps in the front, and that way I can flip through this way to see the stamps. I can flip through here and see the dies, and I like to see the dies rather than the picture of the dies. But for my stamps, now nothing's attached, it's loose. But I have a paper in there that shows the images. Now Stampin' Up, their newest ones, which I'm going to show you this, they are trying to print them on the front the way they line up, but they didn't do that initially, and sometimes they're bigger. Like this one is bigger. Sometimes they're bigger than they can fit. But anywho, so what I did is I'm going to show you, but I just take this off, ink it, stamp that there, and the whole point is then say I've used a bunch of stamps, which I just did a whole class with this, and I literally had everything off, okay? The stamps, when I go to put them back on, instead of playing this guessing game, it looks like I didn't clean that one very well. Anyway, instead of playing this guessing game of where they go, I just lay the top plastic over my guide, and then I can line everything up how it goes. And this also is a little easier for me to find what these things say, because when they're like this, I could see that, okay, homemade for you is going to land over here, and this is, well, if that had landed here, this is thank you for you. I could see it, but this is a little easier. Anyway, you line them up face down, you put all your stamps back, and then even with the ones that are already on there, you can just come stick it in. And that's a way to quickly see, oh, I have all my stamps, and I didn't have to tape anything or do anything. It's a really quick stamping process. And so this is what I do. I'll show you, because I just got my brand new Woodland Wishes stamp set, which is coming out very soon. In a couple days it'll be available to customers. But I take the little inside piece. Now let's see if this one lines up. This one already lines up. So you actually, if you're lucky like that, you don't even have to make an inside. You can just, when you go to put your stamps back, you can lay that on the front and line everything up. So that's really cool. This is the first one I've had that does that. I'm still going to show you the process though for old ones. Okay, so I just measured how big this was, and I cut a piece the exact same size as that. Okay, and then I'm going to ink it. I've been using a light gray granite usually, but now I think I want to go a little bit darker. I don't know where my ink pad, I just has one. I'm going to do basic gray. And again, I don't have, they're already on here. I don't have to peel them off. I'm just going to bring some ink to these images. Hopefully don't get on my plastic, which I have done before either way. And then I'm going to just line this up over the top. We'll see how this works. Sometimes I get lucky on camera, sometimes I don't. It might be a little crooked. I am coming along, pressing to make sure that ink gets off the stamps. We're going to hope and see what happens. And so there they all are there. Okay. And then I would just wipe that off. Let me get the wipe. And I just try to do that before I ever use my stamps the first time. And you see that is really quick. It doesn't take long. I've seen where you kind of need to, like, you could trace the outline with a black marker, but that felt too tedious for me. And now let's say I go and I use this stamp and I use this stamp. I am about to play with this set. And I use this stamp, and I'm not going to take that big one off. But then when I go to put it back, I just can lay my top piece over, put my little, they don't have to be perfect, but put everything back in place. And again, this, if it fits on the front, that's kind of a game changer in that you don't even have to do this step. But there's that. And then I would just fill it in with the pieces that are already there. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's just a way to quickly see that you have all your stuff. And then I just store that inside with this. I'm gonna line it up, it doesn't have to be. So that's how I do it now. But again, if it fits on the front, but sometimes I'm just gonna guess, sometimes I think they're not going to be the same size. Like in this example, this cave, again, this is the one I have to be careful because it wants to rip. But this cave is much bigger. So sometimes that's not going to work. But if it does, then you can skip the step I just showed you. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.